What's up, Facebook and YouTube? I want to address a question that's been asked to me more than 5 times. Ever since I put out this VA shooting video explaining how it's a hoax, and I had a plea for unity toward the people. I think we should be coming together at this time because the government is working on something very hideous. And our little disagreements has kept us divided for so long that the people in power has been able to thrive in unity and suck the people dry for centuries, people. So I've had a lot of black brothers come to me and they said, man, so what are you saying? We should unite with white people? Ain't no way we should unite with white people and they kept us down this long and what they done to us. Now, before I get into these few little notes that I wrote down, after this lecture, you will understand why I say the call for unity is more urgent now than it's ever been. I'm going to give y'all an example before I even get into this. Let's just say an alien invasion happened on the planet right now. Let's just say some aliens from Saturn or somewhere just came to the Earth and started attacking the people. Would we still be divided? Would we still be fighting each other while the aliens come in here killing us? Hell no, people. I don't care if you black, white, Hispanic, or Asian. If we had an alien invasion tomorrow, all of our differences will be forgotten, and we'll have to spend our focus and time on these aliens that just started attacking this planet. So what am I saying? I'm saying the stuff that has kept us divided for so long is so petty, and it's going to take for something very big to go down for us to realize how petty our differences are. The reason we divided and we got so much hate for each other is because we've been conditioned and trained that way by the powers that be. And this stuff is hard to get out of your soul. As a black man, it was very hard for me to come to the understanding that it was indeed not all white people that was the problem, that it was the white people that were in power. So the brothers that come to me and they be like, should we unite with all white people? No, we shouldn't. And all white people shouldn't unite with all black people either. Listen, people, the color lines have been blurred. And today the people are awakening to see who the true enemy is. So when you ask me, should I unite with all white people? I never said to unite with all white people because we definitely don't want to unite with George Bush. We definitely don't want to unite with Monsanto. But we definitely don't want to unite with none of the black people either that's working with them. Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, all of these big white people, they don't have no love for you, so I don't want to unite with them. But look who has united with them. Your favorite rapper, Jay-Z, works directly with Warren Buffett, works with Bill Gates. So I guess if we say we coming together as a black people, do we come together with the black people that's helping these white people kill us too? Because what I'm saying with all of this, y'all, is this. They have conditioned the people to hate each other. For example, the black man hate the redneck down the street named Bubba. But he don't hate the white dude that's spraying the chemtrails on him from the airplane and poisoning his food, giving his children vaccinations. Guess what, y'all? The white people who we should hate, they are in very high places. But for some reason, we tend to hate the poor trailer park white man who ain't done nothing. He just as lost as we are. See, they got the people on the bottom divided amongst each other while they sip the finest wine and go wear Rolexes and laugh in each other's face. And it don't matter by color when it come to them. As you can see, Jay-Z sitting at the table with Bill Gates and Warren Buffett. You got black people that work for the Federal Reserve Bank. So we should unite with them too? Hell no. It's some black people and some white people we need to be going against. And it's some black people and some white people that need to come together. And that's the people who working every day, who struggling at the bottom, who children getting hit with vaccinations and chemtrails. We the people need to come together against the powers that be. This go beyond skin tone. Now they got us worried about skin color, black and white, while they worried about green. I'm trying to wake y'all up, people. Here's my question for some of you black guys who say, we shouldn't be joining hands with white people. My question, seriously, I want you to get in the comment box and answer this question. When we look at white groups like Anonymous, who's clearly going against white supremacy, who's clearly going against the New World Order and the powers that be, that mean we should hate them also? That's my question. Should we hate white groups like Anonymous? Because they're clearly saying the same thing I'm saying and that many of our black leaders have said. When the government strike with the National Guard to start this martial law and to march these people into FEMA camps, here's my question. Do you think white groups like Anonymous going to be fighting on the government side or on me and your side with the people? That's what I'm telling y'all. It's going to be some white groups fighting side by side with us. So why should we hate all white people when there's some who are victims of the same system we're victims of? We got to wake up, people. We got to get out of this condition and this ego, this mindset that they put not only black people in, but white people also. Now, it's true that white people had us slaves and that there was segregation and that the most of the people in power are white people. But what you must understand is what I'm saving for a later lecture. I'm going to be telling y'all about reptilians. Reptilians are a real reality, people. Reptilians are what you meet when you go high up the food chain, okay? There's rank structures to this pyramid of elite power. And the higher you go up, the less human it becomes. See, I should write that down. There are ranks to this pyramid of power that the elite structure has. And the higher up you go, the less human it gets. Now let's move on. I just wanted to respond to these brothers. And I want y'all to get in the comment box and tell me what you think. Is it the time right now for all races to come together against this hideous plot that the government trying to bring in on the people? Think about it, y'all. The government don't care what color you is when they spraying them chemtrails. That poison is going on white people too. It's going on Mexicans too. Okay, it's going on everybody. All of these people got to get vaccinations that's poisoning them. Okay, but I tell you who don't. None of these celebrities. See, all of this is a club, people. And until we realize what the Matrix truly is, we're going to keep underestimating and we're going to keep getting the low end of the stick as a people. All right? We underestimate the power of this Matrix and what they're capable of making us believe. All right? We got to get our heads out our ass and realize that the government we dealing with, it's a $1 trillion entity. And they have billions and millions of dollars to spend on keeping their lie looking real to you. They have millions and billion dollars to spend on propaganda to keep black people hating white people while they all just loving the green money. Okay? Now stay with me, let me make a few more points before I get out of here. So if you say don't unite with whites because they're oppressing us, then we shouldn't be uniting with a lot of black people that's helping them oppress us either. Keep that in mind. Let's move on. So we must realize that our oppressors are coming from a group of elite people that contains all races. All right? Our oppressors consist of a group of elite people that makes up all races, people. So us people down here divided by races and the people at the top that's united, keeping us suppressed and oppressed, are united with all races. You see black, whites, Asians, Hispanics, and everybody that makes up these elite power groups. But the people on the bottom are divided by our skin colors, while these people got billions of dollars with their union because the only thing they focused on is green. Now, I'm not saying be focused on green. So let me read some to you from my notes. And pay attention to what I'm about to say, people. Especially black people. Listen, you got black oppressors that are called the boule. And also you got black oppressors that are in key seats in government. I just told you it's black people that work for the Federal Reserve and plenty other major key elite groups. Don't forget about Condoleezza Rice. We can go on and on, people, about the black people that's helping keep the people oppressed. So why am I bringing this up? Because there's no color lines here in the people that are oppressing us, okay? It's a collective effort between people of all races to keep the people at the bottom down. And until we make a collective effort between us people at the bottom to unify with all our races just like they did, we don't stand a chance in fighting this oppression. The more aware you are, you realize that it's simply the powers versus the people. It's a lot of white people that's oppressed and speaking out also. When the National Guard attack us, they will be blacks and whites wearing the same color, and that's green. And that's what the government care about, y'all. Green. All right? And I'm going to leave you with a bunch of stuff that you can't refute. So when you ask me why we should come together as a people, it's very urgent that we do that, y'all, because our lives depend on it today. A lot of people say I'm paranoid. Those people we gonna just ignore, y'all, because everybody's not gonna wake up. There's a lot of people call us conspiracy theories and they say that we paranoid. These are people that take everything the idiot box tells them at face value and they consume it hook, line, and sinker. Stay away from people like that because they're what I call zombies. And when this shit go down, they're going to gladly march their behind up in the FEMA camp. The National Guard ain't going to even have to hold them at gunpoint. They're going to be shaking their hands saying, which way do I walk? These are zombies. These are sheeple. And I don't really have a lot to say to entertain these type of people, okay? So stay with me. Let me hit some more notes. Now, while we remain foolish, occupied with black and white, that's why we can't get no green, okay? So we remain foolish. We remain occupied with black and white, while the elite people that rule over us are only occupied with green. All right, they don't care what color you is. They only care how much money you can make them. All right, and that's a strong bond of wealth that they share, and they build secret societies and different organizations off this common bond of success and staying powerful. And they all got the same thing in common. They need to keep the people suppressed in order for them to thrive. Let me share some with y'all real quick. Why does rich people try so hard to keep poor people poor? Because what you need to realize is that if everybody on the planet was rich, like the government, like these actors, like these athletes, then it wouldn't be no big deal. What makes a rich people get their rocks off is when they ride in their Bentley and a bunch of people who ain't as fortunate as them say, man, look at that Bentley. I want me one day. What make the rappers feel good? They got a Rolex on their wrist, and the little boy in the project say, man, I want me a Rolex. Just think if everybody in the world had a Rolex, then when they floss their Rolex, we wouldn't care about it because it'll be the norm. So in order for rich people to be worshipped, for them to be known and recognized for their riches, it needs to be some poor people that don't got what they got, so these poor people can glorify what they have. The moment everybody become rich, it's not going to be rich anymore. It's just going to be normal, okay? So the rich people need some people to be poor in order to have their wealth and their riches glorified. What's the point of buying a $100,000 car and don't nobody care nothing about it when you ride down the street? You see what I'm saying? Rich people need to have their wealth glorified by the poor. And the moment the poor become rich, then rich becomes the norm. All right, so keep that in mind, people. Let's move on. It's the haves versus the have-nots. Now, let's move on. Let me touch on this a little bit more because a lot of black people say I'm a Uncle Tom, Uncle Ruckus for saying we should unite. But I'm a realist, people, and it's time for us to unite. It's time for y'all to wake up because the reason y'all say that is, like I said, because of years of conditioning. They've done it to black people and white people. They've created racial slurs and slogans to condition our minds to stay divided and hating one another while they thrive at the top in their Rolls Royces and their Bentleys. Now stay with me, let me hit a few more notes. So when we say don't unite with whites, that's really a stupid statement because we already united with whites. All the money in your pocket got a white face on it. Half of your work for a white man. You gotta go pay your light bill, don't it? You gotta pay your gas bill, don't it? Who own that? White people. Look at all the clothes in your closet. When they manufactured by white people, all right? Who issued you your social security card and your ID card? White people, okay? Where's the most of the stores that you shop in? They owned by white people. So for you Negroes that's saying we shouldn't unite with white people, it only shows how blind you are, because you're already united with white people, whether you want to see it or accept it or not. So when I say let's unite with white people, I'm talking about let's unite with all races that's oppressed just like us, so we can come together on a common umbrella and fight against a common enemy. Because our enemy is united. Alright, our enemies make up all races of people. And the moment that us people on the bottom come together and unite with all of our races, we can't fight this united enemy that's united with all races. Okay, we can't fight a united enemy that came together with all shades of skins if the people on the bottom is divided by all shades of skin. We don't stand a chance trying to fight these people divided amongst races when they groups make up all races, okay? And this common sense, people, if you still go against this after I put this video out, you know you got to be a fool. So here's a little rap I want to spit for you fools. Check this one out. I'm going to give y'all two little lines real quick. I don't care if you black, white, yellow, or brown. Chemtrails still spraying us all down. I don't care if you're black, white, yellow, or brown. Chemtrails are still spraying us all down. And the only people they ain't spraying is the people in power, who living in areas that they tell the pilots don't fly over with that bullshit. So while all of us getting sprayed, keep this in mind while y'all keep hating on the redneck named Bubba. His kids getting vaccinations too, right along with Ray Ray and them. So long as we stay divided fighting against Bubba, these rich people gonna stay united spraying our dumb asses. Now get your head out of your ass and quit being fools, people. So let me give you a scenario real quick from my notes. I really want y'all to consider what I'm about to say. Check this out. Wouldn't you rather unite with a white man that hates the government and want liberation for all people, just like me, than unite with a black man who work at the damn Pentagon? So think about what I'm saying. These type of questions ought to open your mind more. There are black people that work at the Pentagon, and you saying all black people need to come together against all white people. There's some white people out there homeless on the street, and they hate the government just as much as me. And there's some black people working in the White House and at the Pentagon that love the white man and will die supporting white supremacy to keep us down. So what are you saying when you say let's divide amongst races? Because the people that's in power over us are united. So think about the question I just asked, all right? Now let's move on. So your enemies come in all races, just like your partners and your friends on this battlefield come in all races. We all share a common enemy, all right? So with that being said, I want to repeat something again to y'all that you really need to get in your head. The racial lines have been blurred. There's no more distinction between the oppressors and those being oppressed, because what we see today is people of all races and colors doing the oppressing, and we see people in all races and colors that's oppressed. So we got to come together with a common goal, us people here on the bottom. And that common goal is that we're all have-nots. We're all being poisoned. And until we all unite, we can't fight against the people that's doing it to us, because they united, y'all. Now let's move on. Now the fact that your programming is so deeply embedded into your psyche that you can't realize it's the governments of the world who oppress the world is really sad, okay? Your programming is so deeply embedded into your psyche that you can't realize it's the governments of the world who oppress the world. And with that being said, when you look at the key players in all of these governments around the world, they consist of people of all shades and skin tones. So keep that in mind, all right? So it ain't Bubba the redneck who giving our kids vaccinations. In fact, Bubba the Redneck just as lost as we are with his attitude that they condition him with to hate black people. Just like they condition us to hate Bubba the Rednecks. Okay, now all of us hating each other while they laughing at us on the top. And they all united toasting to each other with millions and billions of dollars. So people, we got to come together because their plan is to depopulate the earth. And when they do this, it ain't going to just be one race, all right? So keep that in mind and let's move on. So you got to be a real dummy to think I want to unite with a group of rednecks that hate blacks. I don't want to unite with them either. I want to unite with the white people that's awakened, that don't have no hate for nobody, that's talking about the same thing I'm talking about, okay? There's a group of us that really need to come together because we are enlightened and we can see what's going on. Now, there are going to be a lot of people kill themselves off because they're conditioned to hate one another. When shit hit the fans, you're going to have a lot of rednecks killing a lot of black people and vice versa because of the ignorance they've been conditioned to do. But now you're going to have another crowd of people standing over here that makes up all races that's saying, man, look at them fools. They condition to self-destruct and kill each other while the powers that be stay united and rule over us. They got something instilled in our philosophy through their years of programming that will make us self-destruct when the time comes. What do I mean by that? They're trying to incite a race war. And if they're successful, they won't have to drop no bombs on us at all, people, because we're going to kill each other off and aid in their assistance for this depopulation agenda, okay? So, people, we got to wake up. And whether you black, white, Chinese, or Hispanic, no matter what your race is, I want to look you in the eye and tell you something. And I'm genuine when I say this. I love you. I don't care what color you is. I love you, okay? And I love your children. And we need to come together because what's down the line for us is very ugly, y'all. It's a situation that's very hellish, y'all. You think you saw something now, you just wait. People, we got to come together, man. I can't say that enough. And I really love y'all, people of all colors. And I need y'all to be awakened. I need you to take your heads out of your ass and start uniting and spreading this knowledge around. That's the most important thing. If you subscribe to this channel, what you can do to support me is share my videos. Share the link to my channel. Put your friends and loved ones on it. Urge them to subscribe. Because, y'all, this information needs to be spreaded out. And if you don't want to share my channel, then fine. Share somebody's channel that's talking the truth, that's going to keep us united. Because it's urgent, y'all. It's really an important time in the world for us to quit whipping and nay-naying, cutting the TV off and fuck the football game. Because listen, y'all, while we occupied with low petty little shit, these people sitting at a table plotting the fate of humanity. And it don't look good. So keep on running around out here consuming all the propaganda they giving you in this media, staying occupied with all this bullshit while they plotting the next move. Keep on, all right? Some of us ain't gonna go out without a fight, and I salute them brothers. Listen, we in this together, people. It's beyond racist now. And it's a time on the planet now where a lot of us are waking up starting to see that. Y'all, we was born at a very special time on this planet. Everybody that's alive and on this earth right now, you are born at a time on this planet where there's gonna be a great shift in consciousness. And when this shift takes place, there's gonna be a lot of war. There's gonna be a lot of bloodshed. A lot of us are gonna die. But dying is nothing to fear. What happens when you die is what's the fear. Now, I'm going to be doing some more lectures here after this one to address the afterlife, to address the multi-dimensions of reality. We need to start carefully thinking about where our mind is at this moment, because there's a shift coming, and the way you think is going to direct your future actions and begin to shape your future reality. So whatever's going to play out in your life is going to be a direct result of your beliefs and your philosophy. This is why the government tries so hard to feed us a bunch of propaganda and keep us divided. We really have everything we need to create for ourselves a heaven on this planet today. but we won't see this heaven until we go through a little hell first, y'all. But we can't be scared of it. We got to walk through that fire fearless, baby. We got to be soldiers, y'all. All right? The reason a redneck is based on the conditioning that the media fed him. The same reason that a black person hates white people is based on conditioning that's been fed to us. The same reason Christians hate Muslims and Muslims hate Christians is because of the conditioning that we've been fed. So when all of us pull our heads out of our asses and become united and begin to undo all of the conditioning that we've been fed, we'll never start building heaven for our children, all right? So before I get out of here, let me hit a few more notes. So divide and conquer means just that, people, all right? Blacks were divided and conquered amongst their own race, just like whites, just like Hispanics, Asians, and every other race. And we divided all together against each other. Meanwhile, the world powers rule all us because a people divided can't rule themselves. Let me say that again. While all of us races were conditioned to be divided within ourselves, meaning even when you look at the black race by itself, we divided as a people in our own race. Not only that, every race is. You got some Asians that don't like these kind of Asians, and they don't like them kind of Asians. You got certain Hispanics that say, I don't like those people, they're Latinos, and we're El Salvadorians, and they don't get along amongst their own people. Not only are we divided amongst our own people, we also divided as a whole, and we don't like each other as a whole. So we so divided, it's so sad, y'all. The powers that be rule over us because a people divided can't rule over themselves. Now, I can go on and on with this, but I really got to get out of here right now. There's so much I want to touch on. So you got to be a real dummy. You got to be a real dummy to think that I want to unite with rednecks that hate me. What I'm saying is that when this shit hit the fans, part of the depopulation agenda is to have the people self-inflict this upon themselves. So when this shit hit the fan, you're going to have a bunch of rednecks going to war with a bunch of black people, and they're going to be hating each other, all because of the conditioning that's been programmed in them. Now, when these people start going to war, hating one another, the powers that be going to be sitting back sipping wine saying the plan is going well. Most of us going to kill each other off before they even come in with their plans. All by design, people. They're going to incite this race war because not all of us are going to be awakened. Now, there's going to be a few of us united and awakened based on our common level of enlightenment. We're at a time on the planet now where we're approaching a great consciousness shift. There's a shift that's about to take place on this earth. And depending on where you are in your life right now and what you believe in and what you're conditioning into your psyche, it's going to determine where you are at the end of this shift. Listen, y'all, we have everything before us today to create a heaven for our children. But the division that they have fed us through this conditioning has only succeeded at making us create a hell. So with that being said, people, just understand something before I get out of here today. I'm not no Uncle Tom or no Uncle Ruckus. I'm a realist. I'm a black man that used to hate all other races. But I came to the realization that, hey, Why all of these people that's rich and got it going on, they united with all races. And I found out the scheme that's kept the people at the bottom divided for centuries, y'all. So keep in mind what I'm about to tell you right now. Divide and conquer means just that, people. If you look at all the races, they're divided internally. Then we're divided amongst the people as a whole. What do I mean by that? When you look at black people, there's some black people that don't like other black people. Some Africans that don't like black people. There's some Hispanics that say, well, they're Latinos and we're El Salvadorians. We don't like them. There's some Africans that say, we don't like Nigerians. We from Ghana. There's some Asians that say, well, they're Laos people and we're Japanese. I don't like them. There's some Koreans that say, we don't like the Chinese. So all of these races are divided internally and also as a whole. We can't stand one another. The Asians don't like the blacks. The whites don't like the blacks. The blacks don't like the whites and the Arabs. So it's so much a division that we don't stand a chance against going against this beast divided, because this beast is united, okay? And the only way we can beat this beast is to unite, regardless of our petty differences, y'all. They have thrived for so long based on conditioning us to be divided by petty differences that's fed through us through pop propaganda and through the media. Now we know that white people had black people in slavery. But there's something that's about to happen on this planet that y'all, we got to unite because our lives depend on it. Like I told you in the beginning, think of that alien invasion. If aliens attack right now, the KKK, the Asians, the Hispanics, and everybody gonna be coming together against these aliens, okay? So that's something that's about to happen on the planet today that's gonna force us all to come together and get past our differences, all right? It's something bigger than our skin tones, y'all. And we can't defeat it if we divide it by our skin tones, because the powers that be are united and they consist of all races. So in order for us to beat them, we have to come together with all the races of people that's being oppressed at the bottom in order to fight this beast, because this beast is organized and it's united. All right. So before I get out of here today, let me say this. Please get in the comment box and tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about unifying amongst all races. Do you think it's as urgent as I'm making it? Because I sincerely think that's the only way that the people of the planet is going to reclaim this earth. Everything is poison based on these snakes at the top who got us divided at the bottom. We divided by color, and the color that unites them is green, something that all of us lack. Okay, because we worried about black, white, yellow, and brown. We got to come together, y'all. The National Guard that's going to be coming to march you in them FEMA camps, they consist of all races. So we can't fight these people divided, y'all. They united on all levels, military, economics, the music industry. They all united, y'all. And all we do is consume their propaganda and stay divided. So think about everything I'm telling you here today. Watch this thing over and over and share it with your loved ones, people, because the time to unite is more urgent now than it has ever been. I love you. I don't care what color you is, No matter your nationality, we are all brothers and sisters, and we got to come together against the powers that be. It's a lot of stuff to learn, and I can't put it all in one video. Just stay tuned, people, and appreciate everybody that's giving me the thumbs up. I appreciate all of my subscribers and supporters. I appreciate everybody that make contributions and make donations to this channel. All of that money is going toward growing this channel and making better content for you guys. I really appreciate it, y'all. It's a lot of stuff that I can't touch on because I don't have a lot of time. But with your donations and contributions, it helped Brother Sanchez create time to be able to make these videos for y'all. Because we all know that we have other stuff to do to pay our bills and stuff. So all of these donations and contributions are well appreciated, y'all. It really helps me to focus more on these videos. I love y'all, people. I truly love y'all. And with that being said, I'm going to let you go. Peace.